Hi guys, this video is a collective book haul. It's a huge book haul for me. I'd never normally buy this many books at one time, but these are all from three separate trips that I've made recently, and I just said I'd share them. Some were some books that I wanted to get from my local bookshop Eason's, and it's an Irish bookshop, and then some were from a second-hand bookshop, which is my favourite bookshop ever, called Chapters, and another one was from a book sale that they were doing in work for charity. So some are new and some are second-hand. Now there's a lot of books to get through, and they're all quite random from different categories, so I'm just going to get straight into it. The first book is massive. It's Penny Vincenzi. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's called The Best of Times. She's kind of like chick lit, but there is quite a big book with a lot of characters, and you can see that one there was $4.99 from Chapters. It's a used bookstore, and I've read a few of her books before, which were passed down to me by my mother, and I really enjoyed them, so I just said I'd pick this up. Then I have Barbara Kingsolver, The Lacuna, and I'm not sure what this is about, but I know it was shortlisted for the Orange Prize for Fiction in 2010, and she's the author of the Poisonwood Bible, and I really enjoyed that book, so I decided to pick this up, and this again was $4.99 from Chapters. This one here is massive. It's Ken Follett, The Fall of Giants, and I've read two of his other books, Pillars of the Earth and World Without End, and I really enjoyed that series, and this is the first book in the Centuries trilogy, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I'd been wanting to pick it up for a while, but I didn't want to pay full price because it's about €30, and I picked it up in Chapters for $4.99, so I thought that was a bargain, so I had to pick that up. Then I have Sophie Kinsella, Mini Shopaholic. This was from one of the book sales in work, and I think it was like €1. So I've read some of her other books before, and it's just chick lit, easy read. So I thought I'd pick that up, and then I got Can You Keep a Secret from Sophie Kinsella as well. So the next one then is Leo Tolstoy, War and Peace, which is a mammoth book, and it's been on my to-read list for forever. I don't know when I'm going to have the time to invest in this to actually read it, because one of my best friends, who's a very avid reader and she's read all the classics, has attempted to read War and Peace about 4 times and she just cannot get through it. So, but this is on my lifelong list of one of the things that I need to do is read this book. Then I have Philippa Gregory, The Red Queen, and she writes lots of kind of historical fiction. It's kind of part fact, part fiction. I really enjoy her books. The only ones I've read so far is it's The White Queen, sorry, the first book in this series that I've read, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to pick this up because I've seen this in a used bookstore for $4.99. So I picked this up as well, so I'll get around to reading that sometime. The one I got in a used bookstore is Jilly Cooper, Pandora. I read a lot of Jilly Cooper books when I was a teenager, and I seen this was cheap, $3.99. So I just picked this up to read because I haven't read it before. Then I have Robert Ludlum, The Rhineman Exchange. Now, I have no idea what this book is about, but I read one of his books when I was a teenager, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's called The Matrice Circle, so I decided to pick this one up. Next I have Looking for Alaska by John Green, and I actually bought this book on ebook, and I read it and I really enjoyed it, and it kind of goes hand in hand with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green as well, because I bought this in the ebook, and I read the ebook and I've seen the movie and I really, really enjoyed it, but I wanted to have a physical copy of the book, so that's why I went into the bookstore to buy. I didn't want the movie cover, and when I was there on his books they had buy one get one half price, so I picked up Looking for Alaska as well. So even though I've read both of these before, I wanted to have physical copies of them, because some of my favourite books I like to have physical copies of them so that I can go back and reread them over time or lend them to friends. So I'm really happy I got them too. Then I got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's just a little J.K. Rowling book and I've already read it, but I really enjoyed that. It was interesting. This one here is by Tom Holt, and it's called Someone Like Me, and it's a tiny little book, and I just picked this up because it was on clearance for €1. So then I got Wolfpacked by Melissa Dela Cruz, and I ordered this online because I read the Blue Blood series and I loved that series, and this is about the werewolf, so I decided to pick this up. It's the first in a new series. This book, Changeling by Melissa Diem, is I have no idea what this is about either, because this was on clearance for €1 and I picked it up as well in Chapters, and it just says a stunning debut novel, engaging, unsettling, terrifying and compulsive. So it's only a small book, should be easy to read, so I'm glad I picked this up. Then I got Blood Prophecy, and this is by Alexandra Harvey, and it's so long ago since I've read the other books that I can't even remember, but it's the Drake Chronicles, and I've read all the other books in the series, and this was the newest one, so I picked that up. I got Legend by Marie Lu because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube raving about this series, so I just picked up the first one to see if I like it, and if I do I'll pick up the other two then and read them. Then I picked this up on a whim. It's the Orson Scott Card, The Shadow Saga, and it's got 4 books in one. And let me just see, because it was for €10, and it's got Ender's Shadow, Shadow of the Hedgemon, Shadow Puppets, and Shadow of the Giant. So I thought it was excellent value to get 4 books in one. And I've read the Ender series so far: Ender's Game, Speaker for the Dead, Xenocide, and Children of the Mind. I read them all when I was a teenager, so I said I might as well finish off the series and pick this up, and I'll get around to reading these at some stage. So that's 4 books in one. Then I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and I've read this book at least 5 times, I'd say, when I was a teenager, but I haven't read it in years. I did have 2 copies of it, but I can't find them, so I think they might have been left at my family home, and I wanted to get this Penguin English Library edition because I think it's beautiful, and I want to collect all my favourite classics in this. It's just lovely paperback. And the same for Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have several copies of this book, but I decided to pick up the Penguin English Library edition because I think it's beautiful, and I think when I have them all they'll look lovely on my shelf together, and I'd like to reread them again and something that I can keep. Then I got Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins because I heard a lot of people raving about it on YouTube as well, and it's a nice contemporary, it's an easy summer read, and I read it in like 2 days and it was fun. It's not going to change your life, but it was fun. Then I picked up the Anthology of Popular Verse, which is just, this was on sale for $6.99 in chapters, and I was looking for a book of poetry with some of my favourite poems, and this contains T.S. Eliot, Ted Hughes, James Heaney, W.B. Yeats, and many more. There's William Wordsworth, Sylvia Plath, some of my favourite poets. So that's my, I've kind of messed it up now, but all the different books, there's so many of them. So that's my kind of gigantic book haul for me, so I won't be buying any more books for a while, and I have a lot of reading to do. So just a quick overview there, all the books that I bought recently. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye bye.